side out by Sam Burgess, a team averaging 30 points per outing across the first 2 rounds. Too good for the Roosters at the SCG, and then they put 34 points on St George Illawarra at Cogra in round 2.
What a thrill for those kids running on with their heroes, hey? A great old game of rugby league. Sam Burgess, the leader of the pack, the leader of the Bunnies today, had an outstanding start to the season.
And plenty of time to freshen up. It's been a big turnaround for the Bunnies. They opened round 2, they closed round 3, so Sam Burgess and his troop should be fired up and ready to rock against the Gold Coast Titans. Braden Burns in the centres, a show of faith from Wayne Bennett.
And he had a field day last week against the Dragons' right edge. You can see the run meters there, was prominent over on that left edge. And what a story he is. You would have read a lot of it through the week. Well done to him, and what a fist of things he is making.
Well, the future's in front of him now, isn't it? An exciting future for him.
No Greg Inglis, so it's Dane Gagai in the centres and Corey Allen in his second NRL game on a wing. Kick-off to the final game in round 3. Sydney Olympic Park. The Rabbitohs fans are here to watch their team go 3 from 3, but the Gold Coast Titans might have something to say about that. The Titans' left edge defence was the trouble last weekend. It will be targeted early as Damien Cook jumps into dummy half and is called by Junior Totola. Tavita Totola with that carries. Started the first 3 games of the season. And here's a break very early on. Cam Murray straight through the defensive line. Gordon comes across in cover. What a start from the Bunnies. They still have Gold Coast backpedaling, and that's the way Cody Walker likes it. His kick into the in goal, and AJ Brimson back there to knock it dead. Anything but convincing, that play and the previous defensive set, Kevy.
Yeah, well, he just went straight through Murray, didn't he? A little bit of footwork and bumping out of a couple of tackles, and before he knew it, he was in open space. Geez, an exciting young player. Nice tackle there from Gordon, but they were still on the ropes somewhat. That's a nice kick as well there to force a line dropout.
He can have an impact early, Cam Murray, as the goal line dropout is a wobbly one that is knocked up skillfully by Dane Gagai. Just used the right foot to knock it up into his hands. Yeah, Cam Murray scoring the Rabbitohs' opening try in the first 2 games in what has been a booming start for the South Sydney number 13. Here's Sam Burgess playing on an edge. Tackled 10 metres out. And now a penalty complicates proceedings for Gold Coast.
Well, that's their magic spot. But don't be surprised if you see South Sydney land in that spot a lot when they're attacking the Titans' try line. They've got the big shift out to the left edge. And we saw in 2018 the variety they have to that left edge. And they're going to go the conservative approach here. Reynolds will take the 2, but the left edge is potent.
Well, that's a show of respect for Gold Coast, but I wonder whether against a side down on confidence, if you can race in an early try and have them questioning themselves straight away, would you have preferred them to tap and go?
I think it's more tactics from Wayne Bennett in regards to, I think this plays into their mindset. He doesn't want them to think they're going to earn points. And there he is. You can see the deep thought. I don't think he thinks he wants them to earn points easily. I think he wants that mindset that we've got to earn the right to play football. They would do this in any other game, so don't show any disrespect to the opposition and let's play how we play.
For a 2-0 lead inside the opening 3 minutes. Adam Reynolds makes no mistake and gives us the chance to say good evening, Brett Kamali.
Good evening, men. Obviously, conditions down here on the sideline are beautiful. The wind that was blowing here today has dropped off. No wind in any favour. Surface looks immaculate, and just like the involvement of Cameron Murray, obviously Sam Burgess got moved from the lock position to the back row position, which has been a master stroke for Sam himself. But Cameron Murray, the late footwork and the leg speed he gets to the ground, he's a player to watch.
The opposition has been forced to watch him across the first couple of rounds. The 21-year-old mascot Jets Jr. now locking the scrum for South Sydney. I like the comments from Garth Brennan after the Titans' second loss. It's time we stop hoping we win and start believing we win. As you scan some of the players, especially the forwards at his disposal. They should be believing they can win. But so far it's been all defence as they force John Sutton backwards. Cook scampers out of dummy half, brushes free of two would-be tacklers and finds support. Tola plays the ball. And it comes across for Sam Burgess. Wrapped up by the Titans, led by Ryan James. Along with Bryce Cartwright into this starting forward pack for Garth Brennan. The completion out towards the wing of Anthony Don. One try for Anthony today will take him top of the Gold Coast tally all time. Kevy, does Anthony have a try on him today?
I think he has the Don. He's good.
You love him, don't you?
He forced his way back into this Titan side, and if there's a try opportunity on, he will convert. Having said that, he'll probably drop it now. The old commentator's curse.
Cartwright with the offload. It went through Rain on to support play up the middle. Jared Wallace it is. 10 metres into South Sydney territory. And now they move it through the hands. Brimson finding Proctor. And Proctor will be tackled 25 metres out. Just over 5 gone. And finally, the Titans get to use the ball. Here's Don, middle of the ground. In fact, they're tackled. 10 out. Jacks through Cartwright. Peachy tried to go back to the interchange forward, who is starting instead. There's a kick here, and a chase picked up at the back, and picked up well by Alex Johnston. They'll work it away from their goal line, the Rabbitohs. And Braden Burns can't get past Wallace or Cartwright. Your thoughts, Kevin, on Bryce Cartwright being sent out as a starter today?
Yeah, got no problem with that. He's a very talented player, and I guess the more game time minutes he can have, the better for the Titans. Started the game nicely with his defence. I think it's a big thing for Cartwright. Everyone talks about his attack, but he's got to get his defence right, and he's a natural ball player, so that's going to come for him.
Cody Walker with the kick, and it will float down for Anthony Don, who catches well and confronts a bit of room before Cook and Totola combine to make the tackle. These teams have met only once each year for the last few years, in fact. South Sydney winning the last 2, taking 8 of the last 10 and driving the Titans backward in this tackle. So a dominant recent record for the home team in this matchup. And Arrow is tackled 12 short of halfway. Brimson through Jacks. He gets the ball away and they move it on. Gordon finds Peachy. Tyrone right on halfway. Cartwright content to pass. Wallace offload. Back for Cartwright, who changes the direction. Gordon goes long, creates a man over. And here's room for Dale Copley down the sideline. The kick off Alex Johnston, and they'll call this forward.
He's come back past the point.
I think it's come off Johnson's hand on the kick through, but some enterprising play there from the Titans. Dale Copley was the man. Offload here from Wallace. We spoke about that, Gaz, pre-game, about getting those offloads in.
I think what else they're trying to do, Kevy, the Dragons had a bit of success in the first half, in particular last week, where they had one shift per set just to move the South Sydney forward pack around, tire them out. It's nothing too over-expansive or risky, yet it just takes a little bit extra energy out of the South Sydney team.
Great position here for the Titans as they try to score first points. Gordon, and his pass well read. Kelly playing it. Proctor shows it, but goes straight into the teeth of South Sydney's defence. Mitch Rain called up after that pec injury for Nathan Peets. 10 out still, and the dummy doesn't fool anyone. Totola and Cook up to the stop. Wallace passing close to the line. Proctor backing his way towards the in goal. Stopped a couple of metres short. They fan out to the left, and that's the way Rain goes. Jacks. Here's Gordon, keeping it with Peachy. And now in front of Copley and over the sideline. They come away empty, the visitors.
Still good enterprising attack from the Titans. They're running nice and straight, playing direct, trying to give their players one-on-ones here. So handy little offload there for Peachy. Just a little bit hard possibly, but they just are challenging the South's defensive line. Catches there, he's probably got nowhere to go anyway, Gaz, but over the sideline. So
I thought they defended it really well, South Sydney. Dan Gagai didn't panic. They played early, so there was no need to play up and in. He just held his ground. Once the ball was passed, he accelerated onto his opposite centre. It was well done.
South Sydney trying to be 3-0 for the first time since 2015. As we mentioned, too good for Sydney in round 1, the Roosters, and then St George Illawarra. Damien Cook, after that fantastic season in 2018, shapes to run. Instead goes to Sam Burgess. Now Cam Murray passing and plenty of changes in angles from the run. Here's Adam Reynolds putting it high, out towards the wing of Dale Copley, who can stand his ground and almost catch that, eyes closed.
Okay, now Sammy.
Hold, Kevin. Hold here. Hold, hold.
Go one, stay again.
So the Titans, still all of them to get back on side. Here's Peachy taking tackle too.
Hold.
Jacks called by Ryan James. Riley Jacks playing 25 games for Melbourne before heading to the Titans. He won 20 of those 25, and here's a mistake. A bad blue. 20 metres into their own territory. Gold Coast inviting trouble here.
yeah, Ryan James was the player here, just a little play the ball incident. Can't see a whole lot wrong there, but
Well, he didn't seem to complain, Ryan James. I know he's always polite, but straight after here, we're off to Sunday night with Matty Johns, special guests Luke Keary and the Clearys. It's not a rugby league rock band, it's the Roosters half and a couple of West Tigers. Sunday night with Matty Johns.
there's talk of getting Lottie Takiri in as well.
I heard that. A couple of Panthers. I've gone back in time. A couple of Penrith Panthers.
That's a drop there too from Burgess, yeah.
Go on, try and
So
lost it.
both sides guilty of errors early.
He lost it against the other player to roll over. Scrum
Here's
down,
the
shot
explanation for Tom, who gets twin George back next week. George suspended for the first 3 rounds, picking up the charge on international duty for England.
Could be a welcome inclusion into this Rabbitohs pack, adding a bit more size.
Saw Luke Burgess here as well with
Head down. Wait there. Clock
a
off.
group of friends. So all the Burgess boys here.
Out.
Brian Kelly hits the ball hard and the line equally. Tackled by Sutton and Cody Walker. And again, they take a nice direct line through Jai Arrow. 27 runs last week for those 280 metres. Wallace passing, Gordon does likewise. Riley Jacks for Cartwright, who just jumps back away from Sam Burgess. Plenty of passing from the Titans, and it almost opens up. Instead, they cough it up.
And that's the only problem you get. Once you do start to chance your arm a little bit, you do come up with generally more errors. But they've got to do it, the Gold Coast Titans. You just saw then. I like the play, how they shifted out this left edge. Then they came back under. Cartwright got the ball away. AJ Brimson, as he does naturally so well, pushes in close support when he senses a half opportunity. I hope they persevere with it, the Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, they've just got to stick a couple of those passes, and they do open up the South Sydney defence.
Kevin, you got to get him, mate. Thank you.
During their charge into third last season, the Rabbitohs won 10 of 13 games here. There's a good ground for them. And Alex Johnston won't give that one up in an attempted one-on-one strip by Tyrone Peachy. Now Sam Burgess.
Now Tyrone!
Down, Tyrone.
Hold here. Hold here. Go, 2. Work, huh?
Cook hits the chest of Reynolds, likewise for
Kevin!
Burgess.
Hold, hold. Go 3.
Middle of the ground. It's Totola backing his way and almost breaking through. Rain was down around the bootlaces. Beautiful hands from Sutton to sit it up. And now the tackle is complete. A heavy one. Don and Kelly on Cody Walker. And as Kelly is indicating, it's a shoulder injury for Cody Walker. He hit the ground really hard. Look at it again in replay. No wonder he's in some pain.
Sometimes when that shoulder just gets squashed, you do your AC joint just outside your collarbone. Let's hope he's all right, Cody Walker. So instrumental for the whole team, but especially that left edge.
They're tough, these players, aren't they? There's a fairly heavy knock there.
He scored a try in each of the first 2 rounds. Cody Walker, this excitement machine. He scored a try in each of his 3 games against the Gold Coast Titans. So on current form and against today's opposition, he will fancy his chances. And relief from that man, although he won't show it. Blake Solly alongside the head coach of South Sydney. As Reynolds kicks high across the ground, it will come down in the in-goal area. A contest for the ball off Gold Coast. So a goal line dropout headed South Sydney's way.
Well, they did well there, didn't they? The Titans to repel the Rabbitohs coming through. It was put high in the air, the ball. Nice kick from Reynolds, as we have come to expect this season. And I think it was Peachy, wasn't it, the one to bat it dead. Just got enough on it.
The goal line dropout 45 before it's taken by Walker. That shoulder seemingly okay. And now Thomas Burgess playing at 30 out. The Rabbitohs, they want the first 4-pointer to Tola. Played 24 games last season, all off the bench. And he started those 3 in 19. Inside the 10, the Rabbitohs. Burgess throws it to Murray, on now for Walker. It opens up on the left-hand side, and Campbell Graham will dive over for the first try. Souths on the board.
Well, the left edge of the South Sydney Rabbitohs strikes again. Looked like they had all the time in the world. It was a lovely shift over to the right edge. They stacked their right edge. Reynolds showed and go, went through. Sam Burgess came through in close support. But then it got him a semi-quick play of the ball. Then they moved straight out to the left. And Walker, what a brilliant ball player he is. Brian Kelly caught in no man's land. That's what put the indecision in Anthony Don. But look at Walker. Looked like he had all the time in the world. Ball over the top. And, well, great play from the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Yeah, pretty handy target to pick, wasn't it, for Cody Walker? Graham, a tall man, and he knows how to finish. Scored in all 3 games this year for the Rabbitohs. We've got some exciting young talent coming through the Rabbitohs, and he's one of them.
Yeah, I like him as a player. Kevy, he's deceptively strong,
yeah.
Great on play twos.
Good physique as well for an outside back. I know that Wayne Bennett had aspirations of possibly give him a run in the centres, to see how he goes there as well. So
no Robert Jennings on the left anymore. Campbell Graham instead, the 19-year-old.
What a spot that is to own. Left wing position for South Sydney.
Adam Reynolds from the sideline. Can't convert. 6-0 South Sydney, Brett Kamali.
Yeah, and for Cody Walker, it's his first try assist for the season. Just wonderful vision there. He saw the Titans, who play up and in defensively. The space was just created on the outside by that defensive team. Just keep an eye on when Cody Walker does take the ball right to the defensive line. The lateness of the pass and his ability to pass the ball front guy or out the back, sleight of hand, is very, very good to watch.
So Campbell Graham gets the first try. Kevy, you mentioned that Wayne Bennett was a big fan of his. So are the Burgess boys. They're trying to convince him to play for the Great Britain Lions because of his Scottish heritage. We'll see what happens on the decision-making front as Thomas comes forward.
Jared now.
Right off the ball. Square marker, Jared. Jump.
To Toller again, hitting it up within his own 20. The 22-year-olds. Holy Cross Junior Still looking for his first NRL try to Vita Totola in game 27 of his young NRL career. Sutton at the other end of the spectrum, and now Cam Murray. Nice and solid off the back of their first try. The completion is Adam Reynolds going in behind Dale Copley. It goes along the sideline. Copley only just keeps it in the field of play and avoids the 40-20. Now Michael Gordon wrapped up 2 metres outside his own goal line.
I thought he was casual there, Michael Gordon. I thought he was going to sprint to cover the ground, but he had all the confidence in the world in Copley, who did amazingly well to get the ball back in, but a great strike, as usual, from Adam Reynolds.
And this is much relief for Gold Coast. Anthony Don, though, tap and go. Only runs for 7 or 8 metres.
They've just got to get through a few sets here, the Titans. Their ball controls, well, 3 from 7, so need to get that better. Get in the contest.
Ryan James passing, catch and pass. Nice distribution from Riley Jacks, but Cartwright is wrapped up straight away. Rain on for Wallace. Middle of the ground. He's forced onto his back underneath the tackling efficiency that is Cam Murray. 30 tackles last game, just the 1 miss. Jacks goes high. Out towards the wing of the new boy, Corey Allen, who does a good job. Not much space, plenty of pressure. And Corey Allen comes down with the pill. Now Gagai picked up, put on his back. They go to the steady hands of Sam Burgess. But this defensive set from the Titans, rock solid so far until they bring it all undone. Hand on the ball. 3 good tackles followed by a penalty.
And not what the Titans were looking for. Sam Burgess with the carry.
Not happy there, Garth Brennan, and rightfully
No,
so.
he wouldn't be. It's a soft penalty from the Titans.
Garth Brennan coaching game 27 in the NRL. In the opposite box, Wayne Bennett, 816. Here's Reynolds. He's showing it a couple of times. On from Walker to Sutton. Over the illness that hampered him at Cogra more than a week ago. Down the short side again, it's held this time by Walker. Cook, middle of the ground, it's Murray. Wallace the tackler for the Titans. And consecutive penalties to Souths. If Garth Brennan was angry a moment ago, he'll be irate now. Cook, the quick tap and go. So dangerous from that position. And he scampers within 8 of the goal line. Totola. Tackled by Rain. Now Burgess trying to crash over from close range. Tom tackled by Ryan James. Here's Reynolds showing it inside, going long outside for Corey Allen to dive over and grab his first NRL try. What a moment for the 20-year-olds. Logan Brothers Jr., Corey Allen starting his first NRL game and scoring his first top-grade try.
And Adam Reynolds says to Cody Walker, anything you can do, I can do as well. It was Walker over on the left edge, but look at Reynolds. Drops a player under, sees that it's Allen unmarked out there on the right edge. And what a moment. You always remember your first try. This left edge of the Titans, it's had many dramas in the opening 2 matches of 2019. But Corey Allen.
He still had a bit to do there, Gaz, didn't he, to get the ball down. He's been identified from a very young age to be a potential NRL first-grade player, Corey Allen. They headhunted him last year, the Rabbitohs. He's been in the Queensland under-18s and 16s and 20s.
Big boy, Kevy.
Yeah, and Mal Meninga had him in last year's Prime Minister's team that went to Papua New Guinea, so...
A junior kangaroo for the last couple of years as well, Kevy.
Yeah, well, his primary position is fullback, but obviously a lot of these kids coming through now, they can play anywhere you put them. The skills they have.
Adam Reynolds moves from the eastern sideline out to the western sideline. To take South Sydney clear by 2 converted tries. Starts it online, off the post and through. How's that for a trick shot, Brett Kamali?
Yeah, it's pretty clever from South Sydney, Adam Reynolds. Obviously, he's a halfback and Cody Walker on the other edge. You call your attacking plays and you wait for the defence to come up with their indicators to know who you're going to pass the ball to. Obviously, the Titans have shown their defensive trait. They play up and in, and so Walker goes over the top, Reynolds goes over the top, just waiting for that defence to make their decision. Really good execution from South.
That man Corey Allen last weekend playing in the Canterbury Cup for South Sydney's reserves. He scored the match-winning try in the 79th minute.
Yeah, he's a player, don't worry.
The Bunnies reserve grade team unbeaten through 3 rounds now. Corey there for the first 2 games. And heroic at Redfern. Famous Redfern last weekend. He's in the top grade today and now an NRL try scorer. One to watch, according to the good judges. Corey Allen.
On the mark, Sam.
The Toller on the charge. He really round up there and was met by Bryce Cartwright. Reynolds finds Walker again. This wave continues. A bit of room for Braden Burns, but he loses it as he hits the deck, and AJ Brimson goes straight on the counter. Arrow the offload, back for Anthony Don.
Okay, now Cam up.
David here.
Let's go.
Oh, David, hold.
So a problem for Burns, who's still down. They're defending with 12 for the time being, South Sydney. Mark Nichols on in jumper 15.
Kevin Proctor's screaming for it.
They've heard him now. Here's Proctor. Wrapped up by Sutton and Graham.
Trainer signalling he's got to come off. They're taking him off the far side, Burns.
Hold.
Arrow for James.
Mark, give room. Hold the line.
I'd love a counter punch here. The Titans down by 12. Gordon shows it towards the in goal. Michael Gordon, well tackled by Cody Walker.
And now Cole Turner's on the field.
Hold. Go, forward.
Fatola was forced off, and the Titans might force their way over through Brian Kelly. He was down low. He thinks he scored.
Horse.
The referees will check.
5. We have a try. Just confirm Brian Kelly gets to the line on the first go. Brian Kelly.
Yeah, Brian Kelly got in nice and low, didn't he? That's a try.
Brian Kelly maintains possession. He grounds the ball on the goal line. We have a decision.
And I thought the South trainer might have signalled to say, you know, we need to stop. They quickly rushed him off the field. Kyle Turner didn't get on. And the moment Kelly crashed over, so they're down to 12 men, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Not that it mattered from a try from dummy half. But that's a big try for the Titans. And there's Braden Burns.
He knew straight away, didn't he?
Yeah.
That he was in trouble, that he couldn't continue.
And that's the edge there short. That's where they go straight away. Michael Gordon almost goes all the way through with the show and go. They just hold him out. But again, they were peppering that right edge in the absence of Braden Burns, and then just a little fake short pass from Anthony Don. And Kelly just burrows his way over. Still, the Gold Coast Titans, it's only their second try for 2019. They'll take them however they come.
Well, they're on the board. That's the main thing. I'll get a bit of confidence out of that. It doesn't matter how you score them, Gaz.
That's it.
As long as you get them. And they needed that.
Don't paint a picture on the scorecard, as they say.
Their only try scorer this season is missing tonight, Brenko Lee. So important for Brian Kelly to get over there in a mini milestone. He's playing his 50th NRL game, having spent a couple of years at Manly. Now back on the Gold Coast with the Titans. Michael Gordon, an 80% career goal kicker. Sizes up a difficult assignment first up. From the eastern sideline to bring it back to 12-6. He can't. 12-4 it is, Noddy.
Yeah, you'd suppose just mention about the first try for, or second try for the Titans for 2019 season. It's amazing what confidence can do for any team. They've got that try there. We've seen them play a bit of offload football. They can chance their arm. Offload football and certainly shifting to their right edge, because South Sydney's left edge in defence is going to have to be restructured. Big changes happening here for South Sydney.
Keep your eye on it, Noddy. We might get a report the way they reshuffle once it settles down a little bit. 14 and a half to play in the first period. And that should energise the Titans. Shannon Boyd, who came off the bench despite being named to start. He called himself out this week and said, I need to do more. He needs to provide more energy and use that bulk more effectively. Gordon on for Kelly, the try scorer, and he's pulled down by Turner. Fresh onto the field, Kyle Turner.
Yeah, he'll stay in that left centre position by the looks of things too, Matty.
Titans attacking him already. Good move.
Proctor dummies and goes straight into Murray. Assisted by Nichols. Final play, and it's Brimson driving the ball at body height through. It's off Campbell Graham and forward, and the Titans will get the ball back. That's why they're clapping. And there could be a concern here for Graham holding a cheek.
Well, it was brave, wasn't it? Campbell Graham stopped the ball. There, look at it, underneath the left eye. Got to the ball with his foot. And went forward, but he put his body on the line. He wasn't going to let the Titans players get there first. He's waiting for a replay himself. And then here it is. Brimson, just a little left foot down the short side. There it is, tried to trap it with the right boot. I think it was Mickey Gordon tried to get the kick through to play on. He might have just got him underneath that left eye.
And a little knock on as he tried to retrieve NRL Fantasy. Head to nrl.com/fantasy as Gordon goes inside the 20. 35 years young. Now Peachy. He's balled to ground and well picked up by Arrow. Really tricky. He was on the fly. The ball was going a different direction. Rain. Dummies and goes low, trying to burrow through.
Tackle 3.
And the referees will check. No.
Reach out to the line there. 3. Push up.
Mid-set in great position, the Titans. Arrow. Brimson, Proctor, he's passed to no one in particular, and Kevin has to go back to clean up. James, he takes tackle 5. More of an establishing run than an attacking raid as Brimson finds Gordon. Now Copley, no room, the kick sits up and it's well taken. Alex Johnston couldn't have got a better bounce. Look at this defence from the Titans now. 4 of them in there, trying to pin South Sydney down. Walker holds the pass up, tried to thread the needle, and Sutton is there to grab the loose ball. Tackle 3, they're 12 metres out from their in goal. Campbell Graham, he's put onto his back. And then Mark Nichols, they need some go forward. Adam Reynolds assessing his kicking options, and he drives it down the field to Gordon, and he will be tackled basically at halfway.
Well, that was a good defensive set from the Titans, wasn't it? Give themselves earned the right to get some good field position here if they can get behind the ball and get some shape. Out to that right edge, it's where they've been attacking.
Shannon Boyd. He was a Raider for 5 seasons, now a Gold Coast Titan. Arrow. South Sydney alert to his work rate. Brimson just jumping around, just can't find a way past Cody Walker. And they'll head the same way, driving the ball into touch, 15 metres out.
Well, they've started to get some control in their attack, the Titans, and it's reaping some good dividends. Being able to pin the South Sydney Rabbitohs in their own 20-metre line, 30-metre line. Simply by controlling the ball. Getting to your kick.
Boys, you got less than...
It's that easy, Gaz.
Simple game, isn't it, Kevy?
It is.
South, let's pack up.
Line!
Head down.
The line speed's the key. And you saw what defensively that set of 6 did. Ryan James tried to do it in the opening minute, and Cameron Murray went straight through, but they need some line speed to limit South Sydney's go forward.
Release right! Go.
Can they heed your words here as the movement from Reynolds finds Gagai? Not a bad replacement with Greg Inglis out because of that shoulder concern. Gagai just drifts in from a wing to the centres. Corey Allen onto the flank. A try scorer already. 12-4 Souths, and now they hear the whistle in their favour again.
Just hold it up, it's not quick.
And that's the 4th penalty they've conceded, and at crucial times. 3rd, 4th play. They just got into the arm wrestle, as Kevy mentioned, and got a little bit of ascendancy. And now they've brought themselves undone.
Ethan Lowe, the premiership winning Cowboy. Good go forward after contact, and here they are attacking again, the Rabbitohs. Campbell Graham.
Now Bryce!
Get square, Bryce.
Hold! Go, 2.
This is Cody Walker. Elects not to use Reece Kennedy, still running Walker. Nice hands, it opens up. Ethan Lowe crashes through and over. They'll check it, but Lowe will claim
All right, horse.
his first try as a Rabbitoh.
Tackle 3. I have try. I just want to ensure when the ball goes down first, it's over the try line before I get told up. Yes, correct.
Well,
Wow. What looked like a clear-cut try.
I think he's... Well, I don't know, I guess. Well, it said try, so...
Well, that's the hard thing, isn't it? But
This
I mean, on
angle.
that picture, the one previously anyway, it looked like it was all wrist.
You see the point of the ball there.
Possession is maintained all the way to the ground by Ethan Lowe, who grounds the ball on the goal line. We have a decision.
See, I think that's fair enough. Tough for the Titans fans, and particularly Joy Arrow in defence there.
It was great work from Dane Gagai. Cody Walker just drifting across field. He realised Dane Gagai there was no opportunity on the outside, so he dropped back under it. It was really quick hands to get the ball back into Ethan Lowe, who just saw a yawning gap. Didn't have to do much to accelerate through it. Nice little inside decoy play, and then Cody Walker just skipping across field as he does so well. There's Gagai, just that late change of angle, nice quick hands. It tests the tired forwards of the Titans. And I love seeing teams play around teams, but at the same time trying to play through the middle of them.
Yeah, there's often some tired defenders, not so much lazy, but tired. And Ethan Lowe's, he's been impressive since his move from the Cowboys in this Rabbitohs lineup. Comes on as a middle forward, doing a great job at the moment.
He was impressive at the Cowboys, where he scored 19 tries. There's his 20th career try. And Adam Reynolds steers 2 more through to make it 18-4 tomorrow night. NRL 360, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Greg Inglis will be watching for sure, because Trent Robinson, the premiership winning Rooster and now Roosters life member, is going to join Ben Eichen and Paul Kent to talk premiership defence, although I don't think he likes that term.
That's
to talk
a fine
footy.
for you.
I'm
There you go,
fine.
Matty.
I'm
You've been
fine.
fine. You're in the jar, mate.
What is the fine?
I don't
of
know.
Roosters? Be extensive.
You'll be in the naughty corner, mate. You keep that language up.
Rightio. Just to talk footy as the kickoff
Oh,
goes
no.
long, way too long. Tyrone Peachy. The measurements were out there. He was kicking on the beach at Broadbeach.
He's actually given it some, hasn't he?
He got every inch of it, didn't he? Actually ended up going over by a couple of metres. He's dumbfounded. 5 penalties to 1. That has been a big killer for the Titans.
Go.
Low again.
Now Ryan!
Ryan, stay square, Bryce.
Trying to stay in the contest here, Gold Coast. They have to deny South Sydney as Reynolds shows it a couple of times. Walker twists away from the defence. Thinks about using Kennedy, instead it's Nichols. Cook for Reynolds, who holds the pass up and goes flat. It was well read by Brimson. The stop on Sutton, a good one. Cook, deep. Deep again. Walker accelerates. He's called outside by Allen, who stops, goes back against the grain, and the defence slips across. I think Allen wanted the ball earlier.
There's a big opportunity to kick him behind. Michael Gordon's really getting caught close to the ruck.
No, he wasn't. Go there, play it. Go for.
A crucial breather for this defensive line. Cook across field, beautiful pass for Reynolds. He gets it away. Still they promote the ball. Alex Johnston thinks about the offload and takes the tackle. Succumbing underneath Shannon Boyd. Reynolds measures this kick out towards Tyrone Peachy. He couldn't get a grab at the ball. It's down for the Rabbitohs, and they take the final tackle. In fact, it's a knock on against South Sydney.
Easy, boys, Cody. Thanks, boys. Easy.
Well, they've been good in the air, the Titans, defending those kicks, those crossfield raids from Reynolds.
Good. Just with your foot right.
Kicking so accurately again tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised if the next play, on around play 3 or play 4, they kick back towards the post. Michael Gordon, a very narrow short side. He sits there to give an extra number to allow them to spread out to the long side, but as the ball's passed, there's no way he can get across.
This is Kelly. Keegan Hipgrave onto the field for Garth Brennan. He'll add some energy in the final few minutes before half-time. Shannon Boyd. That's a good gallop. Jacks goes high, down towards Alex Johnston. No pressure, and the catch is a good one. Gets away from the first chaser. It was Ryan James, but the backup did the job. Michael Gordon. Strong tackle, forcing Allen backwards. It was Mitch Rain under the rib cage. You can hear the contact there from Hipgrave. Gagai, middle of the ground. Cook keeps it going the same way for Adam Reynolds. Long now to Allen. Had to reach for the pass and did well. And they enter Titans territory. This is the last play, though. It will go towards Reynolds. He bananas, or tried to banana kick it. It goes the other way across the ground for Anthony Don. Don back towards the Rabbitohs, stepping and almost breaking through. In the end, the kicker makes the tackle, Adam Reynolds. Cartwright with the offload for Peachy. So again, they find enemy territory early in the tackle count. Hipgrave can't spin away from Reece Kennedy. Brimson. Gordon on for Kelly. Kelly loses his ankles. Up again, Don thinks about the pass. Third time pulls the trigger on it for Proctor. He doesn't like the look of the line, so he goes it alone.
Move now, Daniel. All the way, hold. Go for.
Rain for Jacks. And Cartwright just trickles it off the toes for Allen to run it touch in goal. And they force the dropout.
Yeah, slowly building pressure there again, the Titans. Some nice ball movement mixed up with a nice little kick there from Cartwright. Gives them an opportunity here just before half-time. That's good skills. No option there for Allen but to run it dead. Got to attack that right side again with Kelly. I think that's where they're going to be most successful.
Still plenty of time, 2 minutes plus change left in this first half. The Titans trying to finish with the final points in this first half. Down 18-4.
All right here, Ethan. Hold.
Rain called by his support players. Gordon out for Peachy. The flick was meant for Copley, and he loses it early in the tackle count. They are their own worst enemies at times, the Titans in 2019.
And that's a shame too, because that was on. There was space in front of Copley. They'd stretched the South Sydney defence. A missed opportunity for the Titans.
Mark Nichols. He's travelled around.
Numbers down the short side.
That's the way they go. An intercept thrown by Damien Cook. Dale Copley will streak away. What a result for the Titans to get that in the shadows of half-time.
Well, they've earned the right for that from mine, the Titans. They played some good football. Oh, hang on. Try's not been awarded just yet.
Okay.
It was a late hit on Cook.
We have tackle 1. We have a try. We just want to check for late contact on Damien Cook. Correct. And high.
So Keegan Hipgrave making contact. It doesn't look high, but now it becomes whether it's too late or not.
Right.
Does that affect the try?
He's got a tackling. He's got the ball in his hands.
Reviewing any possible high contact here on Damien Cook. We've cleared the contact, but as being late or high, we're playing on to this point.
Right decision.
Yep, I think so.
And this is big on the stroke of half-time.
Well, they should have scored a minute ago,
Yep.
Gaz, with that inside
We've
foot
got a grounding
pass.
by Dale Copley. We have a decision.
It was a shame for Cook because it was on. It was basically 4-on-2. And Cook still receiving attention.
Well, he got hit fairly heavily there. Well, really heavy.
He doesn't go half-pace, Hipgrave, does he?
No, he doesn't. And Cook wouldn't have been expecting it either. He sort of got away from the markers. Looks to be okay now, though.
It's just the neck. And there it is, 4 against 2 defenders. Hipgrave comes across late. He come across from the other side of the ruck in panic. So he was flying at the time he hit Cook.
And watching it in actual time there, that was some collision.
Here it is, whack.
Yeah, that's got to hurt.
It's just the whiplash of the neck.
But back to the Titans. Dale Copley races over. 10 the difference, but Michael Gordon has this conversion attempt to bring it back to single figures, and Damien Cook heading up the tunnel for an early half-time. He'll go and clear his head and trying to pass any concussion assessments that remain. Michael Gordon taking his time. Trying to make it single figures, the difference. He brings it around, but not by enough. Dale Copley lands the final blow in the half, but South Sydney have had plenty of their own, and they lead it by 10. Souths 18, Gold Coast 8. Can South Sydney join Melbourne unbeaten through 3 rounds? Well, they're on track after 40 minutes against the Titans. 3 tries to 2. Graham, Allen and Ethan Lowe crossing 18-8 at halftime. Dale Copley crossed very close to the halftime break, but it is South Sydney by 10 as we prepare to resume. They've lost Braden Burns to a knee injury. We'll get a report from Brett Kamorley very shortly. But the Rabbitohs, 3 tries in the first half and probably unlucky not to lead by more after the first 40.
Yeah, you're right. They've also got the knock to Damien Cook. We don't know how he's going to be, but the Titans, led out by Kevin Proctor, they've stayed in the game. That's the main thing. They had a period there where they didn't have much possession. South Sydney went back-to-back tries, but they held on and they got that try, Copley did, on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, it was very timely, wasn't it, for the Titans? Get their ball control right in the second half, they'll be able to compete. And the South Sydney side, Tyrone Peachy, 1 line break assist, 7 runs for 47 metres. He's been in everything for the Titans in the opening 40 minutes anyway.
They need him to bob up all over the place in this second half. The Titans desperate not to be left as the only winless team after 3 rounds. Kevin Proctor, the veteran in the Gold Coast forward pack, being made to wait by the Bunnies. A little late to return for this second 40. Here they come. Led out by Reggie as always. And then Slam and Sam, but Corey Allen, a try scorer for South Sydney in the first half. And Andrew Voss, his eagle eye tells me that he is the 13th first NRL try scorer already this season. So the ultimate fan picking up that there have been 13 first-time NRL try scorers this season. There's your latest, Corey Allen. And while I'm mentioning the fan, Tuesday, 7:30 Fox League, a South Sydney great, Mario Fennick on the fold-out chair with Vossi.
Nice. Fancy Vossi picking up on something like that.
I couldn't believe it.
Corey Allen.
Probably just at home packing those candle boxes and packing the candles into the boxes and getting them ready for sale.
Mr. Voss candles. Look it up online and snap them up. 18-8 South Sydney. Damien Cook cleared to resume this second 40. There he is. Looking bright as a button after that really heavy whack from Keegan Hipgrave late in the first half. Do Damien and the Rabbitohs go on with the job, or is there a Gold Coast comeback from 10 down to climb off the canvas? 40 minutes to go in round 3. We are wrapping it up at Sydney Olympic Park before Sunday night with Matty Johns to follow. Plenty of changes to both teams late in the week as injuries and unavailability took effect. And this man, Shannon Boyd, told to come off the bench this afternoon.
He's been pretty good since he come on too, Matty. A couple of big charges to get the Titans on the front foot.
Rain elects not to go to Hipgrave. Instead, he goes it alone into Ethan Lowe and Mark Nichols. They're in South Sydney territory. They'll need to be better with ball in hand than they were in the first half, again completing below 70% like they did last week when beaten by Cronulla. Here's Jacks putting it high, allowing the chasers to get through, making a real contest of it. The ball finds the ground and now it's cleaned up by Alex Johnston, but that was better from the Titans.
It was a good opening set for the Titans. Got the opportunity to get a good kick away, but they rolled upfield pretty easily. Again, Shannon Boyd involved.
Kyle Turner staying on his feet for a long time in the tackle, chewing off a few more metres. Burgess able to wind up, but he goes straight into Shannon Boyd. Nichols, nothing fancy from Mark as he takes the tackle, 10 shy of halfway. Damien Cook jumps back the other side of the ruck and offload. Burgess, they create numbers. Here it is, 2-on-1. Outside now for Campbell Graham. He ducks back inside and is collared by AJ Brimson, and luckily so for the Titans. Final play from 11 out, a long ball that took a long time to arrive at Reynolds. His kick was deliberate but went straight into the arms of the Gold Coast Titans. And they'll come away from their 10-metre line. Sideline Brett Kamali, what have you got?
Yeah, with the Titans, what they spoke about, certainly keep backing themselves. They thought the bit of character they showed the first half, and they thought they started to win that arm wrestle, getting on top. So they said keep backing yourself, play a bit of football, and certainly keep the second phase going. And for South Sydney, they spoke about playing a bit more through the middle. They thought they went a bit lateral at the end of the first half, which allowed the Titans to get back in the game. Defence is the big focus for the second half. And Braden Burns, it certainly is a hamstring injury, will not be returning. And there's some serious thoughts it could be more than just a week.
Thank you, Noddy.
Well, that's good news, I think, if there is good news from an injury, because at first thoughts, I thought it may have been a knee reconstruction. So let's hope that's right for Braden Burns.
A hamstring complaint, certainly much better than what you mentioned, Gaz. And now Gagai plays it just short of halfway. Here's Burgess with an offload. No one was expecting it, not even Damien Cook. Mark Nichols picks it up. And And Nichols forced to ground by Max King, who's been good to start this second half. King in 16 for the Titans. Here's Reynolds. Long for Gagai. Gagai towards the sideline, throwing it back in field. It's picked up by the Rabbitohs, and Reynolds will play it 18 outs. Still 2 plays at their disposal. Walker, Burgess, Cook goes deep, Johnston and Sutton. Not quite as slick as they hoped as they move the ball out towards the left. They'll attack from inside the 10. Walker to the line. His kick gets through on the ground and it's dived on by Gold Coast. And again, it's Hipgrave this time. Peachy. Dale Copley with that try just before half-time to make sure they went to the sheds down by 10. Anthony Don, yet to score this season. Camped on the 67 tries alongside David Mead, top of the pops at the Titans. So Boyd takes tackle 5. And from the middle of the ground, it's Riley Jacks putting it high, bringing Johnston forward. He made what could have been a difficult catch look easy in the end.
Up now! Hold here, hold here. Stay square.
Almost through the first 5 of this second half. Do the Titans believe? Their coach said, we've been hoping to win. He wants them to believe they can win. Do they believe Brett Kamali?
Work out from the ruck. Hold here, Keegan. Hold Keegan.
We'll get back to Noddy in a moment. And Burgess promotes the ball. Here's Ethan Lowe. Couldn't offload, and then he's finished off over the top. Adam Reynolds, Sam Burgess and Mark Nichols. Final play for the Rabbitohs. Adam Reynolds goes high. Out towards the eastern sideline. The chasers are through, but the catch is a good one from Copley. And they'll work play out from their own 20. And go into touch if Tyrone Peachy isn't very careful, and luckily he was.
Well, he diced with that sideline, didn't he? He did really well to get that ball back into the field of play. He was heading not only over the sideline, but into the grandstand. They threw it that hard, but he did well, Peachy.
The Titans threatening to break through. That's tackle 4. Here it is in the replay box. What was Tyrone thinking? So close to the sideline. Jacks this time goes for some length, but again, it is straight onto the chest of Johnston. And he'll take tackle 1, Brett Kamali sideline.
Well, gentlemen, we've got 5 officials on the field at the moment. Obviously, there could be an interchange coming back for the referees, not the players. So let's see what happens here as we keep going forward.
So we've got an injured touch judge who is about to be replaced, I believe. So if you're seeing 5 yellow shirts out there, that's why. You haven't had too many cans on a Sunday afternoon. Sam Burgess. 32 out. 2 plays left. Reynolds. His kick between the men at the back. Copley is back there, but in his own in goal. And he just gets back into the field of play before Reynolds and Gagai arrive.
Yeah, he did well, didn't he? He was onto it, Copley. Scrambled back. Both teams just upping the ante a little bit here, the intensity with their defensive lines.
It's been a slog to start the second half.
It has. I've liked the intent, though, from the Gold Coast Titans. A bit more urgency about what they're doing. As we get an offload from Peachy. Shannon Boyd a couple of charges. I just think South Sydney are still continuing to be a little bit lateral. There's Adam Reynolds showing some concern.
And there's a big concern to follow. Reynolds still out on that eastern sideline as the kick goes towards the other side of the ground and just pulls up, troubling Johnston, who throws it for Campbell Graham.
And he's still down with the trainer, Adam Reynolds. They just hurt his knee, getting some treatment over there, the left knee.
And this whistle buys them some more time. As Reynolds tries to walk this problem out.
It's an ankle problem, I think. Trainer suggesting he's okay, as we see an interchange here from the referees.
So Matt Noyen, the lead referee, has been replaced. Chris Butler will jump into that role. It's not often that Brett Kamali sideline has to check on the fitness of a referee, but we'll get an update as to why that change has been made. And amid all that, with Adam Reynolds hobbling, referee changes, the Rabbitohs go on the attack here, already leading by 10. Sutton takes them within 12. Cody Walker picks out the straight runner, and Souths go inside the 10. Sam Burgess forced to loop around and come back the other way. In the end, he just goes straight into Hipgrave and Rain. Cook for Nichols. Does the goal line defence of the Titans hold here? The Rabbitohs from close range. The kick and chase. The chaser was taken out. The ball goes dead in goal. No whistle. Adam Reynolds protesting that Bryce Cartwright impeded his run. But the referees had a look and said, no, sir.
Well, they're going to get the ball back anyway. Ruled to come off Tyrone Peachey. There wasn't much doing. Adam Reynolds just sensed that Michael Gordon got caught narrow again, as he has done so much in the first half, and they just ruled it just bounced off Peachey's chest. I've got to admit, watching Matty Noyen make his way back, he didn't look like showing too many concerns. I hope he didn't get hooked. Is it possible for a referee to get hooked? I thought he was doing a good job for what it's worth.
Well, Liam Kennedy has gone onto the fields. Chris Butler, now the lead referee. Liam the assist. Cook holds the ball for a long, long time, and Johnston, in fact it was Cody Walker losing the ball. Gordon comes away with it as the Titans.
A little smart play from Michael Gordon. The South Sydney players appealing. There was two in the tackle. Anyone watched the Melbourne Storm game saw Cameron Munster come up with 3. It was magical. Good line speed there from the Rabbitohs. But look at this. Just gets in there and rips the ball out. And it was Kevin Proctor in there as well. And it doesn't matter, it's play on.
The Bathurst police still looking for Cameron Munster.
Yeah.
It was remarkable. 3 one-on-one strips. Gordon for Kelly. And he's driven towards the sideline. Kyle Turner jumped on board, but the pass got away in time. And here's Arrow. Just short of halfway. Brimson driving it low along the grass where it's scooped up by Allen. 8 minutes on debut against the Roosters at the SCG. Playing the full game tonight.
That's better defence from the Titans. Mitch Rain's been really good tonight, both in defence and attack.
And Hipgrave always lining up for defensive work as Sutton just changes the angle. In game 312 for the veteran. Burgess. Now Mark Nichols. No points yet in the second half, but are they coming here? Reynolds spots broken play, gets the ball away for Cook. On it goes to Walker. He chips outside, needing it to and it bounced perfectly for Campbell Graham. What about the kick? The ball did what they wanted to do, and Campbell Graham goes over for his double.
We have a try. First confirm we haven't got a knock on back there, and then grounding here.
And we said he was a special talent, Campbell Graham. They're going all the way back to the original shift. Sam Burgess gets the ball wide. Now, it's this offload that's the concern. because Reynolds picks it up and takes off, showing no concerns of any injury. Is that an attempted offload gone wrong?
That's gone back.
It's still gone backwards. And Reynolds will pick it up and scamper a good 20, 30 metres.
We're going to knock back by South Sydney. We're playing on to this point.
And there's Reynolds, show and go down the short side. Keeps the ball alive. Cook goes wide, and look at this for vision. Cody Walker.
Keep going. Kick chases onside.
Sums up the situation brilliantly. And now this is spectacular if he pulls it off. Campbell Graham, he's about 6'10". And that is a tremendous
we have a grounding by
effort.
South. We have a decision.
There certainly is. I thought when he kicked the ball there, Walker, I thought that's going dead for sure. But the bounce of the football, a bouncing rugby league ball can bounce anywhere, and it bounced beautifully there for Campbell Graham. He still had some work to do too, though, to get it down.
And make that 4 tries in 2 games in 2019, Campbell Graham. But again, this is how they kept the football alive. Adam Reynolds wised up to the situation. He wasn't ready for it originally. Copley said, what the hell's going on? But he scampers across, keeps the football alive. Cook realises where the space is, as does Cody Walker. Probably just got a little bit too much on it, got a brilliant bounce, and what a finish.
Have a look at this.
They're just too good at it now, aren't they, Kevin?
Well, I don't know how they keep doing it, because I don't see them practicing it too often at training and all sorts of things, but come game day, they just get it right.
His second double of his career, the other in round 20 last year against the Eels. You said he's 6'10", Gaz. You're not far wrong. He's 6'6", 95 kgs, 19 years of age, but way up above 6 feet. He has to duck under plenty of doorways, and he ducked under there to stay in the in-goal area as Adam Reynolds brings it back again off an upright and through for the second time. The trick shot again, Noddy.
Yeah, the trick shot, and obviously great play there from South Sydney. You guys mentioned before about the Titans' edge defence sometimes rushing up, and there's obviously space to kick into. Well, that was Cody Walker's kick there. And if the Titans are able to win this game, it's certainly the right edge attack and the left edge for South Sydney, where you should be targeting John Sutton and Cole Turner. One playing 2 men, one playing 4 men. That's the edge that I think Souths are vulnerable if the Titans are good enough to play some shape down there.
We'll see if they hit that way, Noddy, at 24-8. It will get a little desperate for them as this clock ticks down still, and an eternity. Plenty of time for the Titans. Score next to believe and see what happens as Cam Murray backs his way up the field. Tomorrow from 7:30, the big league wrap, a full wrap of round 3. Yvonne O'Keefe, Mick, Ennis, Hoops, Wade Graham. The Wounded Shark is a special guest, and he can dissect Cronulla's big win in North Queensland last night. Now Cook. And here's Reynolds high. Very high above ANZ Stadium, but Don on the move, catches, lands, offloads, all in one movement.
It was nice work, wasn't it? Ball floating in the air. He came down with it and then was smart enough and had to get the offload away.
Coming, mate, on 2. Behind. In position. Now, Mark! Stand here.
So just shy of halfway, the Titans. It was Jared Wallace with the run. They go back and explore through the middle of the ground. Arrow.
Ethan off the ball! Damien here.
Not finding the same latitude he did last weekend. Riley Jacks keeps it going, Cartwright, and now Peachy kicking and following. And they'll try to pin South Sydney down. Alex Johnston succumbs under Jacks. So a big defensive set for the Titans. And that's the right sort of contact for Garth Brennan right there. Johnston goes.
Up now! Lock in, Bryce. Coming, mate, on 3.
Cook finds Nichols. Really willing to roll the sleeves up this evening. Mark Nichols. Cook goes back the same way. And Low wrapped up by Peachy, who made initial contacts.
Release, Joe. Here.
So they get beyond halfway again, the Rabbitohs. And it's Reynolds high. An awkward kick at the back, but Gordon has confronted plenty of them during his long career. All 14 seasons of it.
He's a reliable player, isn't he, Michael Gordon? Such a great clubman.
Game 248 today. So a milestone just around the corner for Flash. Kelly shrugged away from Sam Burgess initially. Wallace over halfway. Playing against his former coach, Wayne Bennett, tonight, a man who said, inspired him to stay in rugby league and improve his game to become the origin player that he is. Now Peachy, Gordon, couldn't find a support player. Just lacking a bit of attacking punch here, the Titans. Final play, Jacks will put it in the air again, out towards the informed Campbell Graham, who didn't have a foot in goal. Play on the ruling straight away.
Geez, it was close. He definitely tried.
The referee's in great position and making the call straight away. Gagai bumps away from one tackle, pulls away from a second. Look at that run, Dane Gagai.
Mitch together. Jared, here, Jared. Hold him.
Ethan Lowe involved again, and now Reynolds completing, forcing Don backwards, who was at full tilt and stretch. Gets there on the full and goes to Gordon.
Competing well here, the Titans, just getting through their sets and getting to their kick.
Well, how do they turn that competitiveness into points? They need to score repeated tries. And let's remember, that's been a real Achilles heel for them, points in 2019.
It has been, but they're inching their way down the field and they're getting closer with each kick. They'll eventually get an attacking kick. Maybe something can come off the back of that.
Scoreless in round one, the Titans. One try last weekend, two in this game so far. Kelly wrapped up well, one-on-one. It was Kyle Turner, who thought he might be out of Redfern before Wayne Bennett arrived. Grimson for Jacks across field. Now he pulls the trigger on the pass. Quickly through the hands of Peachy onto Copley. And they arrive at tackle 5. Again, it's Jacks across field again towards Campbell Graham. This time, there's a catcher in the form of Brian Kelly. There's the try they wanted. There's the belief they needed, because Brian Kelly gets his second.
Brian Kelly holds it all the way to the ground, please.
Kick chase from Gold Coast is cleared as onside. And we have a grounding by Gold Coast. We have a decision.
He did everything he had to, Brian Kelly. And that's his second completed. So they won't go away. 24-12 and maybe 24-14 in a moment.
Yeah, they won't go away, the Titans. They've ground their way back into the game, just getting through their sets with a good, strong defensive line up and line speed, making their tackles. Inch their way down, as I said, and then nice kick, and Kelly through on the chase. He's a highly skilled player. It just fell into his hands. The South players were more concerned with others, and he just managed to sneak his way through and get the ball down.
They just need, when they attack the Gold Coast Titans, they just need to force the South Sydney defenders to actually make some decisions. Although they're moving the football quite a lot, it's quite passive and lateral, and they're not forcing any of the South defenders to either A, come out of the line, or B, retreat, and they're not putting them under any pressure. So they need to either go further into the line or come up with some set plays in around the ruck.
Michael Gordon with an easy attempt by his standards. to make it 10 the difference, and it is. Brian Kelly, the boy from Ballinaty, he's 0-3 at this ground, but doing everything he can to open his account at ANZ Stadium.
You're right, Matt. He's just such a strong runner of the football. Just watching him closely going up against Dane Gagai a few occasions. Just the power of him. He pushed Sam Burgess off not that long ago, just with the strength, the fight to win the play the ball. And certainly that is the edge to kick to, because obviously Kyle Turner is playing centre, who wouldn't have been practicing catching as a centre too often. And I agree with you, Mark Gasnier. Maybe play some short side so you play a bit more direct, a lot flatter and a lot faster, and see if you can get an overlap that way.
20 minutes to play. A rugby league eternity as Jared Wallace returns for the Titans.
Kyle, together. Sam here.
There's a bit of life in the visitors now. Ryan James. Remembering that 4 teams came into this round winless, and 3 of those 4 have since succeeded in round 3. The Titans trying to complete the clean sweep, but this call goes against them. That's why Ryan James looks amazed. It's been ruled error by Gold Coast, South Sydney ball.
Brian, I called held it, and you've got to hold on to it. Oh, save the clock, Brian. It's a scrum at the moment.
It looked like
Back it up.
I first thought once he heard the held call, he let go of it, playing for the penalty.
Back it down, boys.
And it backfired on him. Although Sam just has a little rip at the hand.
They've both got hands in the air.
Yeah.
Work that one out.
Well, the error count 6-all, and that's the first error by the Titans in the second half. Plenty will say it's not an error, especially if you're wearing Gold Coast colours. What an opportunity for South Sydney to build a set in great position. Gagai will take some stopping. And James does the job. Corey Allen waiting for the play the ball. Now Reynolds to Lowe.
Jared now. Kevin here. Oh, Kevin, wait.
Cook looks down the short side, brings it back open, keeping it close to the ruck for Thomas Burgess. It's the Burgess range. George and Tom right there. Now a mistake. Cam Murray coughs it up. The counter from the Titans. They breathe a sigh of relief and then turn straight to attack through Michael Gordon.
Yeah, it was good work again, wasn't it? AJ Brimson that time, just a little offload, getting the Titans valuable metres down the ground.
Square marker.
Still fight in this Titans team yet.
I'll be thinking converted try to make it 24-20 and go from there. Bryce Cartwright stays on his feet. Rain on through Arrow now. Gordon just gives it off for Kelly. Wrapped up by Tatola along with Ethan Lowe. Arrow again, passing for Riley Jacks. Peachy quickly out for Cartwright. Needed Copley underneath and received that. That's the 5th though, from 15 out. Is it again a kick across field for someone like Brian Kelly? Yes, it is. The contest though, owned, dominated by Campbell Graham. 6.5 feet of him, 195 centimetres. It's a fair head start.
Well, they learnt from their mistakes, South Sydney. Campbell Graham, he was having no part of it. Letting Brian Kelly get to that one.
25 short of halfway. Ryan James quickly onto Tatola to shut him down. Now Murray with an offload. And Cook goes straight to Gagai. Jumping away from Peachy and into the arms of Jared Wallace. That's tackle 5. Reynolds punts it long, where Anthony Don gratefully accepts that he was on his own 10-metre zone.
Stand up. Cameron, hold.
Kelly can't burst through 3 Rabbitohs. This defensive set from the home team looks determined. Up quickly, making the contact count and making life hard for Gold Coast. Arrow This time holds the pass, gets that leg drive going, and finds halfway. Jacks keeps it short for Proctor. But South Sydney will be happy with the way they've defended Gold Coast here. Brimson puts it high, bringing Johnston forward. It's pushed backwards. Kelly has it, thinks about beating them one-on-one, and goes infield, where it's gone for Anthony Don to become the greatest try scorer in Titans history.
Or has he?
Number 68 for the Don. He says it's good. What about the bunker?
Just confirm when he takes it one-on-one that there's no knock on.
Well, again, it's off a kick. Brimson puts it to the left foot. Up it goes. It's actually Ryan
Kick
James.
chase by the Titans is cleared as onside.
Who knocks it back
in
straight into Kelly. Lovely footwork. Stop start off the left foot to go to the outside. And here it is, the Donster. Just a
Got a
clean
one-on-one steal
strip.
by the Titans and a grounding by Gold Coast. We have a decision.
Well, the ever-reliable Anthony Don.
What a success story it is to make his debut at 25 years of age from the Grafton Ghosts, and now 7 seasons down the track become the greatest try scorer in Gold Coast Titans history. David Mead will be watching and cheering from the other side of the world, where he's playing with the Catalan Dragons and the Don. Kevy, you've loved watching him for the last 7 years in the NRL.
Yeah, it was a sneaky play again, wasn't it? Nice kick again from the Titans, and Ryan James, the enforcer there, gets through and taps it down for Kelly. I thought Kelly was going to score here himself.
Good feet, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's just a thief in the night stuff. Who gets the try assist there? But it's timely for the Titans, isn't it?
Well, it's not one Ethan Lowe would want.
Last year, that man played 24 games and scored 15 tries. His best single season tally. He's on the board try-wise in 2019. And Anthony Don has given Michael Gordon this conversion attempt to bring it inside a converted try. Michael Gordon bringing it back, and by enough. 24-20, Brett Kamali. That man, Anthony Don, he once scored 38 tries in a season playing for the Grafton Ghosts. I'm glad he's now a Gold Coast Titan.
Yeah, that's right, Matty. He certainly becomes the highest try scorer for the Titans. 112 games he's played for him. He's been a great find, obviously, as you said, from the local competition. And the fact that they've just converted that try, and now there's 4 points, it would be remarkable if they're able to cause a massive upset and get themselves 2 points on the ladder. South Sydney, on the other hand, have had 2 really, really hard games. They had the Roosters in round 1 and the Dragons in round 2. So if there's a little bit of fatigue, we might see it happen now.
Best part of 14 minutes left for Gold Coast to go on with the comeback, or South Sydney to steady and storm to a 3rd straight win. What a way to wrap up round 3 on Fox League. A cliffhanger in Sydney. Jared Wallace comes forward, remembering there's no Ash Taylor or Tyrone Roberts. I've lost Nathan Peets to that pec injury long term. Jack Stockwell and Luke Matthews, or Will Matthews, still to return for the Titans in coming weeks as well. Can they pick up their first win? 2 precious premiership points.
Hold, Junior.
Cartwright runs it 1 out into Totola and Damien Cook. He's been good for them. Mitch Rain played all 24 games last season. And now the kick from Jacks, who chases hard, bringing Johnston forward. And straight through. Alex Johnston tries to burn Cartwright, and across in cover, Michael Gordon. The last line of defence was a good line of defence. Gold Coast scramble into a defensive line, and South Sydney come at them. And get a penalty now.
No. 2 men.
What do you do, Kevy?
Kevin.
Oh, I think you got to probably take the 2 here, do you?
Yeah.
Push it out to A 6-point margin.
Great footwork.
Yeah, he looked quick, didn't he, Johnson? But nice tackle here from Michael Gordon. He just flew into the tackle, didn't he? Body on the line stuff.
He's just so reliable, Michael Gordon. Does all the little things so well, yet he does possess some brilliance.
He has made those sort of tackles at Penrith, at Cronulla, at Parramatta, at the Roosters, and now at the Gold Coast Titans.
With quality.
Yeah.
With quality at all those places.
He caught that bomb very low, Alex Johnston. I thought he had a little bit of trouble with it, and it was almost as if Tyrone Peachey expected him to drop it. Bit of footwork, and Johnston was away, and gives Adam Reynolds the chance to restore a 6-point buffer. He's put 2 off an upright and through this evening. This one splits the middle, or thereabouts. 26-20. We've spoken a lot about what Gold Coast need to do. What about South Sydney to steady and see this game out, making sure they finish in front?
Yeah, I think they'll go back into being a little bit more conservative. They've actually moved the football quite a bit in the second half laterally. They just need to get in behind the ruck. With the forward pack they've got, they're going to roll forward. And with the kicking game of Adam Reynolds, they've got a great team to be in front, put it that way.
Thomas Burgess with Wallace down low. Front rower on front rower. Johnston quickly out of dummy half. Into Rain and Cartwright. Katola crashes forward and almost gets away. Great run. And the Burrow likes it. Plenty of noise from the grandstands after that effort from the South Sydney front rower. Cam Murray off the back of that. Cook for Walker, and he goes long, a cutout ball.
Last tackle, Anthony. Again, Ryan, go.
Back for Reynolds. High across the ground, out to the wing of Copley, and Dale Copley makes sure of it.
Yeah, look at that. There was no risk involved whatsoever in that set. And Adam Reynolds is putting up a bomb inside his opposition 40-metre line. They conserve all their energy in attack and utilise it for this, for defence. Get some line speed, put the Titans under pressure. They're the ones that have to chase the points.
So there's Dale Copley. Seemingly okay as he trots back into position. Brimson for Proctor. Inside it was Gordon, whose run went unused by Proctor. Tries to offload. Now the quick play the ball from Proctor as quick as possible. Gordon down the short side, 3-on-2. Kelly, nice hands. Anthony Don thinks about kicking, goes again, throws it infield on a prayer where it's read well by Cook and shut down. Mitch Rain tackled.
Well, they were screaming for the Donster to kick it back on the inside. As he stopped and started, they all overran him. There was 3 attackers back on the inside. Lovely work from Mitch Rain to go down the short side. Nice sleight of hands from Gordon and Kelly, but that stop-start, all the inside support runners overran the football and they had to readjust. But I like it, taking a short side.
It was on the back of a Boyd quick play the ball, wasn't it? Shannon Boyd took 3 defenders out. They were retreating the defensive line.
Shelley going in looking for a strip on Ethan Lowe, who made sure of possession. Now he plays it. And up quickly, very quickly. It was Jai Arrow looking for a shot. It opens up for Gagai. All or nothing play from Arrow gives South Sydney some room. Sam Burgess shapes to kick, thinks better of it. And maybe advisedly so after a kick recently at Cogra. This is the final play. The Rabbitohs, 31 out, middle of the ground. Walker just measures his kick, giving the chasers opportunity, but Don again through the air. So assured, and now a penalty to Souths. Brian Kelly ruled to have run a chaser off the ball.
Yeah, they're a lot more vigilant on it now, the referees. Little nudge there from Kelly.
Take 2 again, won't they?
You would think so. You'd have to. Adam Reynolds, the way he kicks them.
He just tried to steal about 3 or 4 metres infield there, Adam Reynolds, but the referee not up for that. So he's a sharp shooter, isn't he? They've shown some fight, haven't they, the Titans, in this second half?
They have.
And they've made the South Sydney Rabbitohs earn every point.
That's been the killer.
8 penalties to 1.
Gold Coast stand and wait with 6 minutes 40 on the clock, down by a converted try, but Adam Reynolds last weekend, or last game, more than a week ago against the Dragons, 5 of 6. If he knocks this over, it'll be 5 of 6 this evening.
I was watching him warm up with his kicking too, and his first one he missed narrow. By that I mean on inside the left post. He never missed one after that.
What Price off the post and through for a third time. Write your own ticket as Adam Reynolds, just inside the western sideline, has it curl away to the left of the upright.
That's
so
exactly what he did in warm-up, first kick.
No. Drop out. I'll tell you when
So Gold Coast live to breathe.
Mark.
Tyrone Peachy just trying to sneak a little tap in there instead of a drop out.
Behind.
Maybe he didn't know the rules.
Maybe a short one for you guys.
Walker takes the drop out. And here comes South Sydney. These teams have been to Golden Point twice.
Hold.
Still a lot required from the Titans to provide us with that again. And there's a mistake from Murray. Proctor likes it. Shannon Boyd likes it. They believe, Garth Brennan. They believe big time.
A great opportunity, attacking scrum from the middle of the field.
Brian Kelly would have to be a target here, try and get him
Boys, let's start packing down.
one-on-one with Cole Turner.
It's a big chance, Kevy. They've kept them 2-on-2 here
Yep, let's go, Junior.
on this western touchline. And Cole Turner opposite him.
Ball in. Time on. Out.
And go the other way.
So Jacks on for Peachy.
Move. Hold in, Mark. Hold. Go.
Now Shannon Boyd, who celebrated that South Sydney mistake with Proctor,
Hold.
carries them into South Territory. Riley Jacks goes flat. And now Ryan James backs into the defence.
Hold it up. Hold.
3 tackles down. Peachy it is. On for Boyd, who fended away from Sam. Burgess offloaded to Peachy, and he put it down. Frustration and heaps of it for Gold Coast.
And nice to see Shannon Boyd running a little bit wider, though. He has been destructive in this match. Off the back of his play the balls, opportunities have presented themselves for the Gold Coast Titans. Peachy in at first receiver, gets it on to Shannon Boyd. He's trying to get out there at Reynolds. Gets through to Sam Burgess, to Tyrone Peachy. Just as he tried to regather that ball and go quick hands, he just knocked it on.
Hold in, Tyrone. Kevin, wait. Wait, Kevin. Wait, Kevin. Go.
So South Sydney, after a secure set here,
Surrender.
let's watch the defence from Gold Coast. Chasing a mistake, chasing pressure on South Sydney. Ethan Lowe, steady as she goes.
There, Kevin. Oh, Shannon,
Rain
right,
around the
right.
legs along with Proctor. Damien Cook goes to Cam Murray.
Nice, clear him. Kevin, here, Tyrone. Hold.
Same way again, back towards the ruck. It's Totola.
Carry on. Hold.
Now Sam Burgess.
Last one, Riley.
This is the last. They'll head towards Reynolds. He goes high, end over end, out towards Anthony Don, who measures his run, completes the catch. But South Sydney have the Titans where they want them.
Yeah, they've got to go 90 metres now, haven't they, the Titans? Looking to shift early.
Now, Damien. Mark here.
Philip Sammy on.
Well, he's someone who can provide a bit of attacking flair.
Ethan now. Cameron, hold.
Well, they head out towards the edge of Don and Brian Kelly. It's back the other way for the time being. Jacks through Cartwright on to Gordon.
And again, everything's towards the sideline. I'd rather see him set up a short side like they did on the previous occasion.
Cartwright now goes with the pass. And they spin it out to Proctor, who had to turn to take the ball behind him. Kelly. And he's wrapped up by Ethan Lowe. AJ Brimson under pressure. The kick will come down on halfway. It was a horrible attacking set, really, from the Titans, but they get it back. Sammy kicks. A kick and hope in behind Alex Johnston. Just over 2 minutes left. The Titans will get at least one more go with the football. Burgess to play it. Cook now goes with the pass. And Campbell Graham still short of halfway. On tackle 3, Proctor stays on the ground. Allen playing the ball. Now Mark Nichols. This is the last, and racing up on the other side. Opens chance, Damien Cook spots it and runs. Now the ball, the kick towards the in goal. Sammy swats it dead. That's what South wanted. It's not what the Gold Coast needed.
Well, he's electric out of there, isn't he? Damien Cook. As soon as a half opportunity presents itself, boom, he's gone. Off the left foot, keeps the ball in 2 hands, keeps them guessing. Lovely little kick in behind. And they'll go short here.
That was a certainty. And Anthony Don takes it inside the 10. A penalty from in front. As South Sydney's coach says, that's good. There's the win. There's 2 more points. There's undefeated status on top of the table with Melbourne.
Yeah, they've been impressive, haven't they, South? Good fight back from the Tigers, but they won it in the first half, the Rabbitohs.
Totola has been huge for the Rabbitohs.
10 metres now.
Running 163 metres to lead all performers in terms of run metres for the Rabbitohs. They jumped out of the blocks in the first half. 3 tries to 2 in the first 40 minutes. And the gallant, stoic Titans went at them hard in the second half. But as it turns out, in vain. About to be the only winless team in the league. 2 more points for Adam Reynolds. And the Rabbitohs make it 3 from 3. They beat the Gold Coast Titans 28-20.